Eastwood. He's always stood out through time.
The classic era of film and cinema.
I think Clint Eastwood characters embody different versions of strength in all its different forms.
I don't think anyone can negate the truly grand, larger-than-life legacy that Clint Eastwood has had.
What we created with him has to do justice to those characters the global fan community holds in such high regard.
It's exciting because it's new to me. It's fun to be part of it in a small way.
He became another member of the creative team that was genesising all of these product incarnations.
This is really the first time Clint is embarking on and engaging in a process like this.
No one's ever been awarded the opportunity to kind of represent Clint Eastwood in this manner. There's a pressure to perform. This has to be pretty spot on.
Everyone has a different one scene that they can think of. If you think of Dirty Harry, if you think of Blondie, if you think of The Preacher, and so you just got to make that conscious decision. This is the scene that I want. This is the Clint that I want.
He's iconic for a reason, and it was very fun to sculpt. 10% was caricature, and the other 90% was realistic. The spirit of Clint Eastwood might be felt in that 10% caricature, that stylization.
You know, Dirty Harry and Blondie are, obviously the same person, but they're two different characters. It's not like you can use the same portrait from one to the other. There's all these nuances in character that he, as an actor, is putting into two different roles.
There's so many iterations of the movies. You can get too much saturation, too much desaturation, so you gotta find the common ground. A good representation of skin tone, shading, everything. I mean, everything comes into consideration now.
We're paying each film homage by adding the environments to the top base where he's standing. But in terms of looking at these as true legacy pieces, we wanted to kind of step that back, keep it very simple and classy, and added that beautiful gold signature to the front of every single one of them.
When you see the amount of work and effort and the thought that has gone into it, I'm amazed that it's as accurate as it is. I mean, the boots, everything, the detail is unbelievable. A lot more detail than we had in the movie.
Blondie was a lot of layers. His leather work, his shirt, he has a vest on with like a sheep's wool on the inside. With Dirty Harry, we have some movement. As costumers, we have to make sure that movement is carrying through on a quarter-scale piece.
I really love any kind of menswear, and I got to do everything: the blazer, the trouser, the shirt, the vest. We do pattern drafting ourselves, so we have to really dissect each and every little aspect of the garments.
We were using powders, paint, we were dry brushing, dipping clothes in water and dye, and just kind of everything we could do, all the tools that we could utilize.
Hundreds of man-hours and dozens of very talented artists had their hands in creating these pieces, spanning the globe. Part of our 6-scale team works out of Korea, and they are incredibly talented.
The aspect of what comes through is not just their craftsmanship, but is also their reverence for the material.
We've come to expect a likeness that's going to be instantly recognizable. Getting that scowl of Dirty Harry just right, because you don't want him just blank face. You want to give him that attitude. He's got a presence to him, and you want to make sure you capture that within that scale.
These projects have extended beyond just making something look right. We want to honor truly the legacy that this comes from.
So this comes off, so it grows out of this.
No kidding.
And that's like
So that's just printed out.
leather holsters and everything.
A little smaller than I use, but yeah, pretty good.
And boom, you got a resin cast.
There it is. Any chance of taking one of those with me?
Absolutely.
Being able to work so closely with Clint Eastwood himself, who's been such a iconic figurehead in the industry, and being able to recreate something that stirred emotion in him, that for me made it all worthwhile.
It's connected to so many of us at Sideshow in a deeply personal way. That love and that passion is something we're all drawing from, and we all are really, really adamant about making the best figures that we can.
was very fulfilling to see how happy he was with the pieces.
Putting our all into this was for him, for what he's given us all these years.
I hope that people can see them and love them and enjoy them and truly feel that it represents their love of these characters and of these movies that are gonna last the test of time.